Hi y'all, this is me. I'm technically not supposed to be wearing my mask when I'm talking, but just to let you guys know, I was on board the B5LH just now. And this was what I wore. Mask and this exact shirt just now. Just to let you guys know what happened, that I was indeed there. Perhaps footage from other people could also prove that I was indeed there when the incident happened. So I'm just going to walk you guys through what actually happened just now, and also address the allegations that some people have been making against me in their own WhatsApp groups. I'm gonna switch over now. Okay guys, sorry. Forget what I said. I actually am not able to switch my camera view, but I'll just continue talking like that. It's way more genuine anyway, so maybe I should actually summarize what happened just now. So there was a Volvo B5LH on 196 today, and I was waiting at Clementi. I reached Clementi at around 6:10-ish, I think. So basically the bus departed at around 6:33. I don't remember the exact timing, but that was what my friend told me. It was gonna depart at 6:33. So I had about like 20 to 30 minutes, and naturally, if you want the front seat, right, just like in Japan, if you wanna be first in line, you go to queue. And the interchange has a queue for a reason. It's so that people queue up to board the bus in an orderly manner. And the thing is, like, sometimes like people jumping the queue and everything, it happens. It's not like, oh, if you jump the queue, it's a sin or anything. I'm just saying, it happens. Sometimes it gets messy as people exit the line, but yeah, just saying that there is a queue and you should queue. So the buses that departed, it was like 8206, it was a KUB, and then it was another Citaro that departed before the B5LH departed. And I think one of the back buses was actually a Volvo B90L. So yeah, I'm saying all this just to prove to you guys that I was actually there. So basically, I was first in line just as that Citaro departed. I was first in line. And then, okay, pardon my camera, but like, there was also another person. The way I would describe, he's an Indian guy who can speak Chinese, and then he was carrying a bag and handphone and a wire to charge his phone on the B5LH. So yeah, and then as the bus was approaching, I was first in line, right? So I exited first. So normally I would go to the back, and then I would allow people to actually, and then because there are a lot of bus enthusiasts, right? Like you would foresee people like fighting for a spot so that they can take good photos or good videos, right? So naturally, I would usually go all the way to the back so that I don't block people, and people filming the arrival scene, they can actually get in front of me, so that like, I'll just put my camera, like my phone camera. I don't film using a camera, I just film using a phone camera. I can actually put it higher so that I don't obstruct them, and yeah. So that was what I did. I went like further back, and then a lot of people, they were in front. As in like, they went in front of me to snap the bus. That's completely okay. But the thing is, I was first in line. So technically, I had priority over which seat that like, that I would want to sit on. Like, I could actually choose my seat. I was first in line. And in Japan, I'm sorry if that is like, if the culture in Singapore is like really different, but I would assume even Singapore has a culture of like lining up, right? And keep in mind, if I had been behind that guy, I would have no right to fight for the seat with him. And he has every single right to refuse to give me the seat if I was behind him. But the thing is, throughout the entire queue, I had been in front of him and I was waiting for the bus 20 to 30 minutes. And within the 20 to 30 minutes, if he wanted a seat for whatever reason, be it for filming, just enjoying the view, or like he wants to have a chat with his BC friend. I don't know if that's his BC friend, but yeah. If he wants to do any of this, he could have sounded out to me before we even boarded the bus, so that, oh, I'm aware of his intentions, maybe I could change my plan and everything. But here's the thing, naturally, I'm in front of him, so I have priority over the seat, right? So yes, we were all filming the departure of the bus. The arrival of the bus into the boarding berth. So, some people, they actually cut in front of me, and then I was like, okay, fine, they can go because they are going at the back anyway. I'm not like so, particular or strict to the point whereby I'm like, no, I must enter the bus in first, especially if I'm first in line. No, I'm not like that, okay? But here's the thing. That guy who was like, that guy who was behind me cut in front of me and took the seat. And naturally, I have been waiting 20 to 30 minutes for the bus. I was in front of him throughout the queue. I would confront him, right? Like, you cannot blame me for reacting in the heat of the moment that, like, at that time, right? Here's the thing. I could have reacted better. I could have controlled myself, but I said to him that, like, hey, I was first in line. I need a seat. That's all. I didn't really, like, talk on and on and on. And then I was like, okay, whatever, forget it. Even though I didn't eat much for lunch just now, I was like, you know what, it's okay, I'm still young, I could brave it. I'll just stand and then I'll use the acrylic panel to stabilize my phone like I usually do, except that I'm standing and not sitting. And standing for like 2 hours is okay, maybe less than 2 hours. It's no joke. And here's the thing, in my previous experiences with other Singapore bus enthusiasts, even though I was in front of them when it comes to the queue, I have let them share the seat with me before, like on the MAN A22 Euro 5. That granny seat in front, which can actually seat two because I'm quite small size, so can actually fit two of us. So yeah, I have given that seat to another enthusiast before, as in like shared the seat. And then another instance was whereby, there were like other hyperlapsers filming hyperlapses like on the first day of service, right? I mean, regardless of whether they're like in front or behind me, like, you know what? I would usually just compromise. Since I'm still young, I can stand, so I just stand at the right side and then they can record on the left side. But history, because there was an incident whereby I stood on the right side, somebody cut in front of me just because he wanted to talk to his BC friend, and then he started blocking me when I was filming and stuff like that. So naturally I would confront him about it, but again, it's just temporary. I will never like keep this kind of hatred towards people over a minor incident. Also noting the fact that that previous incident, it happened with somebody who was neurodivergent, like under the spectrum. You get what I mean? So it would be like a really asshole move for me to continue pestering him about it. So I just like, forgive and forget. I just let it die down because I really don't want to pursue this matter. So yeah, if there is already an enthusiast like on the front seat, I wouldn't tell him to like if I boarded midway along the route, or like I was like queuing behind them, I wouldn't even things like this wouldn't even cross my mind because they had priority over me. They boarded the bus before me, and they had more right to choose their seat as compared to me. So usually I would stand on the right side. But yeah, this time I decided to stand on the left side. And the reason is because it's 196. When it reaches Dover, when it reaches the CBD, it'll be crowded. So I was like, okay, history has taught me that I shouldn't be standing on the right side. And since like I technically had the right to the left seat, I just stood on the left side near him. Again, I had no choice because 196, it was crowded. And then midway throughout the filming, there was another enthusiast who boarded at like the CBD area, and then he stood at the right side. He started talking to his bus captain friend as well. I was aware that like this kind of things might happen, especially when it comes to a rare cameo like this. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to stand on the left side and that's all. And then I asked the guy, hey, where are you alighting, or do you want to record or anything? He just said, oh, Bedok all the way. So yeah, I was like, okay, fine. And then, you know, throughout the route, he actually wanted to get on and off the seat. And the reason for him doing that is because, again, this is what I don't know how accurate this is, but this was from like witnesses or like people who knew him like as a person. So please take it with a grain of salt. I don't want to be misrepresenting him or his actions. I just want to give you guys the truth and give you guys my side of the story before they actually try to paint me as like the villain or something along those lines. So throughout the ride, okay, honestly, you know, I was a little pissed off because I already queued up for 20 to 30 minutes, but I was like, it's fine, I'll just stand up, and no matter how painful it is, I want to complete the journey. I want to film the entire journey, so I filmed. And then I was told from other people, again, take it with a grain of salt, that he's usually the kind of guy who would pester the bus captain, even though it's not his BC friend or anything. Tell the BC friend to drive in a certain manner, regardless of how reckless or safe it is. Telling him to change lanes, turn in a certain manner, swerve the bus, I don't know, so that his friend snapping on the opposite side of the road could get better pictures. And there are also some times whereby he boarded, how do you say? No, sorry. Sometimes he even told the BC to hold at the bus stop so that they have time to snap or they have time to cross the road and actually board the bus. Now, to me, that one, technically it's against the rules. You're not supposed to tell they have a schedule to follow. You technically shouldn't do that, but I just let it go anyway. It's like, it's a rare cameo, people just want the best shot, so I'm like, okay, all is good. But then I heard about him, like, he wants the BC to drive in a way that favors the people, his friends that he likes, so that they're able to get good shots. And when it comes to the people that he hates or aren't on good terms with him, he would tell the BC to drive in a manner that wouldn't let those people snapping get the best possible shots. Again, this is what other people, like other witnesses, have told me about the person. I do not know whether this like accurately reflects him or his actions. Again, I just want to reiterate things. So all was good. It was a bit uneventful, except that he always wanted to get on, get off, get on, get off the front seat to talk to the bus captain, so that in hopes that the bus captain would actually adhere to his somewhat ridiculous request. I don't know whether it's about like punking EDS or anything, but again, I don't know Chinese. Like, this is all I can go off. And then when it comes to Bedok, I told him off that, hey, stop blocking me. The reason was because, okay, I kind of predicted that he was going to step off as the bus approached Bedok North Avenue. No, not Bedok North Avenue 1. It was a right turn to Bedok Interchange Drive or something along those lines. I forgot the road name. But I stepped in front because I knew that he wanted to get off. So I stepped in front a little bit. My camera is still on the acrylic panel. I was about to pause my video, and then I was about to go in slightly in front and film. But before I could do that, remember, there was me standing next to the acrylic panel, next to the front left seat. And just want to tell you guys, I have never gotten on the seat at any point in time, because here's the thing. Even though he cut in front of me and got the seat, he's still a human being. I'm not going to like take away his stuff or anything and do bad things to him just to force him off the seat, even though I have priority. He's still a human being. I don't want to disrespect people like that. So again, in front, no, I stepped in front, so he came down behind me. Like, you know, the acrylic panel, I stepped forward a bit so that he can get down he could get off the seat behind me, like from behind me. And even though my body language already tells already, like, more or less, okay, how should I put this? It's that, like, you could already tell by my body language that I wanted to go in front a little bit. There was me standing there, and then there was another bus enthusiast, the one who boarded at near the CBD, who was chatting with his bus captain friend. This guy shoves both of us, just cuts in between recklessly. No, not recklessly, but he just cuts in between both of us, trying to ask the BC to fulfill his request. I do not know what said request is, but again, based on what the witnesses have told me, it was probably not a good thing. It was probably something that only benefited him and not really something important that has to be brought up to the BC's attention. So he cut in front of me. After that, yeah, I told him off. That was all. I just told him off. Then I noticed, I do not remember if there were people after he got off who actually got on the front seat for, like, because they wanted to snap the bus or film or anything, like the bus entering Bedok interchange. So naturally, I squatted down. I don't know if anybody captured that, but I squatted down, and then I held my phone like a bit high up like this so that I could capture the front view without him interfering me. Because again, by experience, this same guy has cut me off when it came to either 179 or 199 OC. I was clearly filming, he cut in front of me, and he stood next to the door where he could get hit by the in-swing doors. Again, that's just experience. I knew he was gonna do stuff like this, so I got in front of him. And I was intending to go in front, but not so close to the doors. Then this guy just shoves in between me and the other person. So that's what happened, and the reason why, again, okay, I can apologize that I did not react the best way given the circumstances. But the main thing is, I just want to give you guys the facts and what really happened. I described it all from start to finish. Everything I said has been consistent. I do not like expect people to believe me or anything. I am just giving my side of the story. It's really up to you if you want to believe me or believe him or the other eyewitnesses who could confirm the situation. I've already explained my side of the story to the eyewitnesses as well. I just want this to be a reminder that yes, please be gracious. I can compromise for you if you talk to me. We can work out something together. But what happened today was just really a pure act of selfishness. He was there not to enjoy the front view or like it's like I don't even know why he's up there. Like 90 to 95% of the time he was just quietly using his phone, not even like looking in front, enjoying the front view or anything. Just looking at his phone, like doom scrolling like this. And the only times where he would get off the seat are the ones whereby he would pester the BC, you know. And the reasoning that he gave for taking the seat was that, again, this is all quoted directly from him, he needed to use a charger. When I peeked a little bit at his phone battery, it wasn't even low battery. He just wanted to ensure that his phone was on full charge. It's not like, oh, he needed the phone charger, otherwise his phone would run out of battery. And it's like, he could have picked like any other seat. The front seat is not the only seat on the Volvo B5LH that has that front charger. I'm pretty sure the other seats have it. So all the more, him giving me that as a reason for like taking the seat really just sounded, it just sounded really weird to me, and it doesn't add up. But I'm guessing his real intention is that he doesn't want to stand, he wants to sit. Okay, again, understandable, it's a 2-hour journey or less than that. He wants to sit, okay, fine. And he wants to sit at the place whereby he could have direct access to the BC, meaning he's the closest to the BC. I'm like, okay, fine. Those were the true I mean, those were probably the actual reasons why he wanted the seat, but it's just that he told me that he needed a charger, which again sounded off to me. But yeah, I am not trying to twist the story in my favor or anything. I am just sharing with you guys the facts. It is entirely up to you who you want to believe. I don't know what is worse. Me filming in peace, never disturbing the BCs or anybody, versus them constantly chatting to the BCs who aren't even your friends, constantly disrupting them, disturbing them, telling them to drive in certain ways. Tell me which is worse.